Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Walnut, our cozy little farmcore island. We have a lot of villagers greeting us today, but yeah, we are back for another Let's Play speed build video, so I guess we can just head over to that area. But last video I said I put out a poll to see if you guys wanted to see a villager neighborhood or a little land bridge, and villager neighborhood did win, so that's what we did last week. So this video we are going to be working on the land bridge, and this area is going to be behind Victoria's house, which I kind of hinted at when we were making Victoria's build, but I want to do a little land bridge over here to the back of the island, and then I'm thinking of either putting the campsite or the museum back there. I don't know which one I want to do yet. And then we also have this other little tiny land bridge that's over here behind resident services, and I'm thinking of putting a little farm overlook kind of area back here. That probably won't make it into this video, but just as an FYI what the plans are for this area that's going on. But over here is just going to be the little land bridge, and I want to put water on both sides and maybe make little islands with some trees and flowers and stuff, and I think it will turn out really cute. But I guess we can just whip out our terraforming tool because we will need it. We'll be doing pathing, cliff terraforming, water terraforming, all of the three today, which is a lot. So we need our construction safety hat for some safety before we begin building. But I guess the first thing we need to do is actually go downstairs because we need to build up the actual land bridge part of our bridge first. So I think I'm going to take it from this tile and just all the way back here, and then probably this whole area back here will be a second level cliff as well, and that's where I'm thinking of having the museum or the campsite. But yeah, first we need to build the actual land bridge part, so let's get working on that. And while we terraform this little area, I put out a community post for you guys to ask me any questions that you guys had. So I figured while we're doing just kind of this boring terraforming, we can do a little Q&A session. So the first question that I have here is from Leah, and it's, if you had to pick a favorite villager, who would you pick and why, if I have a reason? My favorite villager is actually kind of new, because if you are a older viewer of the channel for a while, I guess, not like you're old yourself, but if you've been watching the channel for a while, you might know that my favorite villager used to be the cheese frog Cousteau, but I have recently changed my favorite villager, and that happened relatively recently, and I've said it on stream a couple times because we will have that villager on that island, and we actually have that villager on this island, but my favorite villager is Hazel, the little unibrow squirrel. I think she's on this island. Let's check. Yes, she is. If you didn't know who Hazel is, it's this little squirrel with the unibrow, the little bang, the little cheek action. Super cute. And the reason why I like her, she was one of my starters at one point before I was doing content creation, and I was actually really upset that I got her at first because I did not like her at all in the beginning, and then once I had her on my island, I just warmed up to her and I started liking her, and I do really like this sisterly personality, and I'm kind of sad that there's not more sisterly villagers because I think that's the villager type with the least amount of actual villagers, which is kind of sad because I do like that villager personality, and there are a few that I really like. I really like Cherry, and I really like Fuchsia, but there needs to be more sisterly villagers. There's 100 Peppies and 100 normals, but there's only 20 sisterlies or something, which is really sad. But yeah, Hazel's my favorite, other than just liking what she looks like and kind of liking the sisterly personality. That's the real reason I like the villager. And then the next question is by Phoebe, and she asks, do I play any games besides Animal Crossing, and was Animal Crossing your first game, or did you play other games first? Currently Animal Crossing New Horizons is the only game I really play. I did try to get into Farm, however you say that name, but I just didn't vibe with it very well. I played it for 2 times and then I got sick of it and stopped playing. But yeah, really right now I'm only playing Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing New Horizons is not my first Animal Crossing game. I actually played the GameCube version when I was, 6 or 8 years old or something. Me and my sister would play it. just the GameCube version. I didn't play New Leaf or City Folk or any of those, just the GameCube version, and then this one. And I saw this was coming out, and I literally ran to the store. I went to GameStop and bought a whole Switch Lite just to get this game. And now we have like 5 Switches at my house, so Nintendo definitely got their money's worth from me because I've bought in so many Switches just for Animal Crossing. But yeah, that's the only game I play. I have been thinking about playing other games. Like I was thinking of playing Coral Island and also Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have an extra Switch that I don't time travel on, so I technically could play Disney Dreamlight Valley on that Switch because I heard that time traveling kind of messes it up. I don't know if that's still an issue, but I know it was at one point, so. Okay, but I think our land bridge part is kind of finished now. I just need to build up a couple extra tiles back here so I can do some more shaping of the cliff. I also want to add a waterfall over on this side, so I'm just going to build up this little section over here. Another question that I got asked was, can you tell us anything about the challenge island you teased on the last stream? I am working on an island off stream and off camera from videos that will eventually be a little video series, and it is a challenge island, which is super exciting because I've never actually completed one, and I wanted to get some pre-recording out of the way because it is a time sensitive challenge and I didn't want to stress myself out the whole month of recording, so I've given myself quite a big buffer to get some work done so I don't burn myself out, because I have tried to do other 30-day island challenges in the past and I make it to day like 7 and then I just feel burnt out from playing it so much, because if you don't know, I do have a normal like 9-to-5 job outside of Animal Crossing, so this isn't like what I do for a job really. I just do Animal Crossing and content creation for fun, so I can't spend like a super long amount of time every day playing. So when I was trying to do those challenges like no Nintendo Online, I was spending so much of my day playing Animal Crossing that I wasn't really getting any time to spend with my husband or really anything outside of just playing this game. So I wanted to give myself a big buffer to get like some recording out of the way where I wasn't stressing myself out playing the game, because if I stress myself out and I burn myself out, then it's not really fun to play anymore. So yeah, I've been trying to give myself a little bit of a buffer with that challenge, but I think that's all I'm gonna say about the challenge because I don't want to spoil it too much. Another question was, who are my favorite farmcore villagers? And I would definitely say all of the villagers that I have on this island, which I can show you in a second. Let's pull that up. So these are my favorite farmcore villagers. Teddy isn't really farmcore, but I really love him. And then we have Patty, Timbra, Billy, Victoria, Maggie, Hazel, who again isn't really farmcore. And then we have Egbert and Brofina, and then Eric. Some of them aren't like super farmcore, but they are definitely very cute and like fall type villagers. So I was just happy to have them on the island. Okay, so I think that's enough of the stuff down here. I guess we can start making some water terraforming out over here. And I do want to do a little bit of a plant moment over here. So maybe adding in some trees, maybe a large hardwood, and then I think we can make like a double one down here where we can add another like tiny tree down here, probably a cedar tree. And then we can just stunt those in between this one, and then you can't even see it because it's behind. And then we just need to make sure that every tile is kind of like, I don't know, around the tree is actually land, and then the rest can be water. And then I kind of want to have like a floating weed, so we can just cut all of this out and have this little weed as a little mini island. So let's do some chopping. See, look at that little mini island. I think that's so cute. We can do like a bunch of these around the little water terraforming. And then we will connect it to the river mouth because I never actually use my river mouths. But for this island, like I said, I'm doing a lot more terraforming. So I kind of want to include my river mouths into the actual builds. So we have this one, and I think I already did my other river mouth. Yeah, we connected that one down to like a little tiny river. So yeah, we'll include actually both river mouths, and then it will look like the river mouth like continues into a river underneath this whole terraforming. Another question I got was, who is my favorite NPC? And I kind of have two that are tied. I really like Flick, the like chameleon that comes to your island for like the bug off and to give you like collectible items and stuff like that. He is one of my favorites. And then my other favorite is Leaf. He is so dang cute. And if you've been a long time watcher of the stream again, I actually did a Leaf cosplay for Halloween. I dressed up as Leaf and I actually wore that costume to a Halloween party and everyone was very confused about who I was because they were all like grown adults that don't play games like I do. And they were like, what the heck are you? And I was like, I'm Leaf. How do you not know who Leaf is? They were very confused why I had like makeup on and then was dressed as a farmer. But yeah, Leaf and Flick are definitely some of my favorite NPCs. Another question I got asked was, what is my favorite build to do on an island? And they said that wasn't the entrance. So if I were to be asked this question without that stipulation, I probably would have said the entrance. Even though for me, I think I mentioned it in a couple videos, I feel like the entrance is one of the hardest builds to do because I usually start with my entrance, so you're really starting with like a blank slate of an island and you don't really know like what direction you want to take it in or anything, so that can definitely be one of the hardest builds. So I would say my favorite build to do other than the entrance is going to be the build you do right after the entrance, which I feel like is kind of like a cheat of an answer. But now I'm just going to go through and add some bushes and flowers all over this little mini island that we have over here. Maybe if I can fit them in, actually. I think that can fit over there. Okay, I can't. But yeah, I think my favorite build to do other than the entrance is just going to be the build after the entrance, because after the entrance I feel like I have a good idea of where I want to take the island, and so it's a lot easier for me to decorate that build than it is for the entrance, and it's just like the continuation of the island. I don't know, something about that second build is just so fun to decorate. And then back here I think I'm gonna fit in a little wheat field, and then I think I should be able to chop away this little guy. And then hopefully I can get off of this area. Okay, good. I could hop around. And now we can start on this little river over here. I actually want to go up to the top first. Oh, because I want to start the river kind of thing from a waterfall. So I think this little like stick out area, we can do like a little waterfall. And then this can connect to the river mouth. So it looks like this waterfall is what's making it go over to the river mouth. So the water will be on this side and this side to make it look like it's going under the bridge, even though we can't like technically do that, but when you're here, just imagine it's going under the bridge. In this section over here, I think we can make another little island. So I'm just gonna do one with a little cedar tree. So I wanna do the tiny cedar tree, which is the medium young. And then we really only need those 4 corners, the top, left, right, and bottom. And then we can chop away at the corners. So I'm just gonna see what I can fit over here. Maybe a pansy would look cute, and then maybe a bush in the front. We can do a hydrangea. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can whip out our waterscaping and then just chop away all of these sides. And then we should be able to go back through and chop away the corners. And that's like how I just make these little islands. If you wanted a little mini tutorial, which I think this way of doing it, putting your items down first, is a lot easier than filling up the blank squares like I did on the other side. So yeah, lesson learned for me. Another question that I got was if I have any siblings, and I do. I kind of mentioned it earlier when I said I was playing games with my sister, but I do have a sister. I'm the oldest sister, so I'm the oldest sibling, and then I have a younger sister named Quinn. We are 2 years apart, which is, I feel like, a pretty good age difference. We did a whole lot of stuff together when we were growing up. We both danced, we both did soccer. We always used to like play with each other, I guess, like outside and everything. So we got along really good. Unfortunately now she does live in a different state, so I don't get to see her a whole lot, which is kind of sad because of course I love my sister. So it's kind of sad not to be able to see her all the time. But yeah, I have a sister named Quinn. And so the villager named Quinn has like a special place in my heart because my sister's name is Quinn. Another question I got asked was if I have any pets. And I do. It feels like we have a small little farm at my house, but we have 2 dogs and then 3 cats. So we have, like I said, 2 dogs. One is named Izzy, who is named after actually the character Isabelle in the game. But we call her Izzy, but technically her name is Isabelle. We just nicknamed her Izzy because it's, I don't know, cute and like a little dog name. But she is like a lab whippet mix, so she's a pretty big dog, probably like 40-50 pounds. And then we have another dog named Alfie, who we nicknamed Fredo, and it's like kind of short for like Alfredo, so yeah, he goes by Fredo most of the times. And then Izzy's nickname technically is Izzy because her real name is Isabelle, but we also call her Smitty Jones, which I have no idea where that came from. But like, if you have pets, I feel like you always have like weird little nicknames for them. And then, like I said, we do have 3 cats. So 2 of them were actually some of my childhood cats. So Ninja I actually got as a birthday present for, I think it was my 15th birthday. So I've had her for like, what, 12 years now, which is crazy. She's getting a little old, but she's still like a young, spry little cat. She doesn't seem old or anything, but I guess that's kind of like middle-aged for a cat. The other cat that I had growing up was Storm, who is an all-black cat, and I got her probably for like my 17th or 16th birthday. Apparently my parents really liked giving us pets as presents or something, probably because I was like begging for animals and stuff. But yeah, we had Storm and Ninja while I was growing up, and then together, me and my husband, when we were still dating, we weren't married yet, we got our cat Gizmo together. And we got Gizmo because at the time we only had Storm, and Storm is kind of an aggressive cat a little bit, so we needed a good personality to go with Storm. So when we went to get a cat, we specifically went for one that we thought would be like kind of chill and relaxed and would get along with our cat. So Gizmo was just that perfect little cat. He is so chill all of the time, and he's like a perfect fit for Storm, and they get along really well. So I think we did a good job picking them out, because technically my parents still had Ninja at the time, because when I moved out I only took Storm with me, and me and Storm lived together by ourselves when I was living in an apartment by myself, and then she lived with us when I moved in with my husband. But I didn't take Ninja with us because she was really attached to my sister's cat, and we always said they were in a little relationship. But I didn't take her because they were really attached. But then my parents were moving houses and they had to downsize, so they asked me to take Ninja, so I did take Ninja. So she was technically my first cat I got, but she was the 3rd cat in our family, our little house that we have together. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and fill this little area off camera because it's just gonna be me whacking away at some terraforming. So this is what we're looking at right now. We have the little island over here with our river mouth, and I do need to fix that little corner. That little bit that's like at a right angle is kind of bothering me. So I'll have to go down there and fix that little tile because that's not attractive. And then over here we just have these 2 little floating ones. And then I think I want to continue some of the water terraforming over this way into the next build that we have. But for right now, I think that's a good like ending place. And then I guess what we need to do next is kind of like connect all of this stuff together. But I think I want to put a couple like bushes and trees down just to get the lay of the land. So I think over here could be a cute little bush. And then I kind of want to put a tiny tree over here. So let me pick up some of these weeds, and then I think we should be able to put a tree right here, even though that this corner is chopped. So let's try to see if we can fit a tiny hardwood. Okay, it does fit. Perfect. And then we can just hide that stuntage behind the tree so you can't even see it. And then all of this area will be a bunch of filler, so we can fill that in with like a bunch of flowers, wheat fields, all of that good stuff. But I think surrounding this, we can add in a few more bushes. I think these should work. And then maybe, I haven't used this bush, so I think that's fine. Sometimes I don't like putting these 2 like next to each other because they look very similar, just different colors. But I think for now that should be fine. And then we can put like an item here, and then I kind of want to put like a pathway leading down to the other thing, and I think we can do that with the log planks. This time I remembered what it's called. I seem to always forget what these little planks are called, but they're planks. So we can have it kind of going this direction, and then this one can turn down like this, and then that can lead into a little block of dirt pathing. So like this, and then over here can be another one. And then these just have to connect somehow. I think a chunk of terraforming like this can work fine. And then we can put like a weed and a flower that you have to walk over, because I like splitting up the little blocks of dirt pathing with some like weeds and natural bits, because if you were out in the wild, it wouldn't be like a perfect like dirt pathing. You'd have to like walk over like some weeds and stuff. So I think that is pretty cute. And then I think we can add a couple more weeds over here in this section. Okay. And then a code that I haven't used yet that I was thinking of having in this little walkway is actually this brick pathing that I can show you. So we've already used this dirt pathing and we've used this stone code, but we haven't been able to use this brick pathing at all, and I think it would be perfect in this section. So I definitely want to use this in this build. I want to kind of get the lay of the land first, so I'm going to grab out the middle piece and kind of mark out where I want all of this to go. So let me lay down kind of like the base of the path, and then I will be right back with you. Okay, so I want a little bit of a wiggle through here, and I think we can add some like bushes and flowers and some fencing, but I think this is a good kind of like base path, and then we just have to go through and add kind of like the side and front pieces. So let's grab out, let's see, this side first, and I'm just going to connect all of these onto the edges of the side that is free, like on this side, I guess. So we can fill all of these in, and then I was thinking of having a tree right here, but I think I want to chop the tree down because I think that would be really cute. And then I think right here we can actually push out another piece, so I'll add another middle piece right there. And then, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, I'll have to fix that. But up here it will just keep going straight, I guess. And then for the other side, actually let me add the middle pieces to these two sections before I forget. So one right there and one right there. And then now we can add in our other side, and then we'll just go across all of these little side pieces. Okay, once we have the side pieces, this looks so much better because that one block of pathing looked very odd. And then up here we can just add a little top piece, and then like this can be a weed, and this can be a weed. And then I think, like I said, I want to put a tree stump down here. So probably like right here. And I feel like most of the tree stumps I've done so far are hardwood. So maybe let's do a cedar tree instead. And then I do have my axe with me, so we can just cut this bad boy down. And then we have a beautiful little tree stump. And then right here we can add another weed. And then maybe a shrub next to it. I don't know, I'm just feeling a shrub. Maybe an azalea. And then we can fill in some of this area with some little flowers and stuff. So a flower there, maybe a shrub over here. I'm thinking a dark one, so this guy. And then like a brighter flower over here. So maybe a yellow one. I don't know, I don't remember which flowers I've used so far, but maybe a cosmo. That's cute. And then the rest can just be fencing. And I did grab the country fencing for this area. So kind of like any little free bits like this, we can just add in some fencing. I also think this should be a weed. Let's add one over here. Beautiful. And then all the ones that don't have the tile pathing, we can just add fencing to. I feel like we could put another shrub right here too. Maybe hydrangea. And then over here we can just have the fencing still. And then just one more piece. There we go. And oh my gosh, look how cute our little thing is. I think it's so cute, especially with the water on each side. Oh, I love this island so much. And then before I get too carried away, I want to go and fill in these little areas. So let's climb down here. I don't have a ladder, but we can place a vine and just climb down. I think for over here, I just want to keep it simple and do like a wheat field on this whole tile. And then this can probably be a shrub of some sort. Maybe a darker bush. Okay, you know exactly where I want this to go, Nintendo. There we go. And then this can be a little flower. Maybe a black tulip. Perfect. Because I feel like I would forget that area and then it would be horrible. And then I guess we can design down over here too, so we can do the same thing. Also, before I forget, let me fix this corner because it's going to drive me insane. Because I don't like that hard edge, so we can just go chop. And then maybe do another chop right here so it's not all samesies looking. I think that's a little better. Yeah. And then I feel like I need to continue the water a little farther down. Okay, yeah, I think that's better. And then we can jump over here. There we go. And then jump over on this side. And then we can just fill in this section too with some bushes, shrubs, all of that fun stuff. And I think we can actually add some trees on this side, which will be nice. I think we should be able to add like 2 trees. So like one right here. I'm thinking a taller cedar tree. Oh, that can't be a tree. Are you kidding me? That can't be a tree. I think this can be a tree then. That one. And then I think we can add one more down here, like right here. Can this be a hardwood tree? The moment of truth. It can. Okay, good. Maybe we can add a decayed tree right here. Let's see if we can add that right here. I want to put the pathing down first. We have this little leaf code that I've been putting underneath all of them. And I think I have a decayed tree in my pockets. If not, I have to go grab one. Okay, moment of truth. Do I have a decayed tree? I do. Perfect. This can go here to kind of fill in that area. And then I do have to stunt these trees, so we can do it right here. And then I think to fill up this area back here behind the decayed tree, we can just add in a wheat field. Okay, this game is gonna make me go insane today. I know a wheat field can go there. Thank you. And really the rest of this can just be a bunch of filler. So we can do some weeds, some bushes, maybe a plumeria. I don't think we've used one over here. This can be a flower. I'm like speed running decorations right now. We haven't used any rocks today. I think I have some. We can use a garden rock. And then probably a bush behind it. And then this can be another wheat field probably. And then this can be another bush. And then this can be a flower. Okay, that looks a lot nicer with some filling back there. I do feel like it's kind of weird that you can see that cliff edge, but ooh, actually, maybe this can, I think we can put a vine right here. Oh, I can. I wish you could put them like behind stuff too, but no, that just have to be free edge cliff, which is kind of annoying. But this area is looking so good. So now we really only have to fill in this area back here. And right off the bat, I'm thinking of another decayed tree right here. So again, let's add down our leaf pathing. And then we can add a decayed tree because we already have a mush parasol over there. But yeah, I think that looks good as a decayed tree. And I did do a little bit of swapping trees over here. They were different in the last video you saw of this area. But yeah, I just changed this area over here a little bit. Okay, for this area, I think mainly it's going to be a lot of natural decoration. So I think this could be a shrub. And then I want to find a couple more places for trees. So I definitely think we could have one right here that adds a little bit of like a backdrop for this tree. And then probably one like right here. Yeah, I think that can be one. And then probably one next to that. I think even though it's going to be behind this tree, I think that's fine. And then one like right here. Those are all good tree spots. And then I think a tree can fit over on this side. And then probably one in front of that too, like right here. And for this spot, I'm kind of thinking a little baby tree because they're so cute. And I've used a couple on this island so far. And then this one can be another tiny tree because I don't want to block too much of the like water that's going on behind here. So if we use any big of a tree, I think it would block too much. And then same for this area. I don't really want these to be all tall trees. So probably a lot of like stunted stuff. So maybe a large over here and then a large over here, but of a hardwood. And then we can just stunt those with this little spot right here, which is perfect. And then I feel like I want a tree stump right here, but maybe we can do it with a large hardwood. I mean, this is a fully grown hardwood. And then we can just chop this down as well because it adds some like interesting, like a change in like, I don't know, filler, but it doesn't add too much height. So you don't block the, like the main feature of this area is going to be this. So I don't want to block it too much. And then around it, it can just be like a bunch of flowers and weeds. So we can add another flower over here. And this area will all just be like fillers and stuff. And then I think for this one, I want to add another tiny hardwood. Those are like my favorite trees. And hopefully it's kind of orange, which it is. So it kind of almost looks like this tree left all those flowers. Flowers? What are these things called? Leaves? Which is kind of cute. But yeah, I feel like this is a good amount of trees. I mean, I feel like we could add one more right here, but I feel like I don't want to block the walkway too much because you'll probably walk like this. So I don't want like too much stuff going on. Okay, I did some off camera and it's just a bunch of filler over here, but there's not a whole lot we can fit over in this area. But I'm going to continue with just like the normal filler items and everything. So we can add some rocks and leaves and all of that kind of stuff. I'm thinking of adding some garden rocks over in this area because we haven't really used that many in this build yet, but I'm looking for, where are my leaf codes? Oh, they're up here. I think I want to add one here, and then we can add a couple more to go under that rock because you won't really see them. But I love mixing the combination of the normal garden rock going behind the flat garden rock. I don't know, the layering of this two is always so cute to me, so I like doing that. We put the garden rock down and then the flat garden rock in front of it, and it just adds, I don't know, a pizzazz to it, the area. And then probably over here can just be a wheat field, and then we do have to stunt this little tree, so probably just right here is a good spot. And then just another bush, you know, good old bushing. And then we can probably put another rock over here, but I'm thinking the tall garden rock because there isn't a whole lot of height over in this area, so it would be good to add a little bit more. And the tall garden rock is obviously tall, as in the name of the item. And it's just a very good item. I don't know, I've fallen in love with this item. And then back here is just another flower. I was thinking over in this area we can have some of those destination signposts. Not the destination one, but like the angled signpost and like the little like the normal one that's not angled. I think it's just called signpost. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't have those in my pocket, but I will have to go grab those. But I just want to map out the area that I want them in. And I like to layer them with the flat and the angled ones. So we can have one up here and then one on a half tile back here, which I think will be pretty cute. And then the rest of this area over here can just be a bunch of natural filler. So over here, I'm thinking another flat garden rock, just because those like take up 2 tiles and it's nice to kind of not have so much blockiness, because with 2 tile items, it kind of breaks up the like 1 tile item, 1 tile item, 1 tile item. I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I feel. And then we can push this. Okay, Hazel is in the way. Excuse me, I know you're my favorite, but you can still move out of the way. And then again, I think I want to layer this with another garden rock as well. So we can put like maybe a puddle right here. And then I'm thinking the garden rock actually goes on a half tile. So it kind of gets pulled onto this walkway. But again, Hazel, you're in the way. What is she doing over here? She's just walking in circles. That's a little annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna fill in this back area where she's not. flower, shrub, all of that stuff. I almost put plumerias next to each other. That would not be good. Over here we can probably put another tall garden rock. Another shrub. Ooh, this can be another flower. Maybe a yellow one. Do not come in here. We're having a stare down. Who will turn away first? Not me. I'm standing my ground. Okay, I'll continue. Oh, well, dang it. I guess I did turn away first. I'm like, I'll just decorate over here. Please get out of the way. And this can be another bush. Okay. And then I kind of want to put like a dropped item over here because I want you to be able to walk over it. So maybe an acorn or a pine cone can go right here on the little puddle. I love putting them on the puddles because it like blends in so well. So I think this area is good. And then I just need my signposts and an acorn or a pine cone. So let me grab those real quick. I am back with my items. I think over here I am going to put the acorn. I decided on acorn instead of pine cone. I don't know why. It was just a vibe kind of thing. And then over here we can have our signposts. I don't know which one should go in the front, so let's try both variations. This one can be the angled one. And, okay, Hazel, you're really getting in the way now. And then this one can face that way. And then this one would technically kind of face this way, I guess. Okay, let's try it the other way. This one would be the flat one. And then I want this on a half tile this way. And then the angled one can go on this one, which I think is kind of fitting because it is the fishing one. So it's kind of like pointing to the water area. Yeah, I like that combination better. Yeah, and then I think we're kind of done. So I guess I'm not going to decorate this area. This will probably be in the next one if I decide to put the campsite or the museum back here, or a villager home could work back here too. But I have to build up all of that cliff, which I don't feel like doing right now. So yeah, let's time travel to a later date. Not a later date, but a later time today, and then we can see the final product. But that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure to give the video a like, comment, and to subscribe to the channel. It would mean so much to me. We are on our way to 6,000 subscribers, which is crazy. But I will see all of you fine folks in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, bye!